Prince Harry speaking out in a really revealing new interview.
You didn't believe she was dead?
I just refused to accept that she was gone. Part of, she would never do this to us, but also part of, maybe this is all part of a plan. I think she would be sad. I think she'd be looking at it long term, to know that there are certain things that we need to go through to be able to heal the relationship.
Do you remember the popular tragic car crash that happened in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel?
Thursday marks 20 years since Princess Diana was killed in a car crash inside a Paris tunnel.
Yes, we're talking about the one that claimed the life of Princess Diana. Do you know the incident has been shrouded in mystery and speculation? Well, not anymore, as the truth has finally been revealed, and it has been all we have been suspecting about. Prince Harry's revelation about his mother, Princess Diana, has stunned the world. In an unexpected move, he confirmed the long-standing theories suggesting her tragic death was not an accident, but an orchestrated inside job.
Shocking allegations about Princess Diana's death. Authorities now reviewing the new and sensational claim that she was actually murdered by the British government.
This admission has sent shockwaves globally, igniting debates and discussions everywhere. Stay with us as we delve into one of the most heart-wrenching events in modern royal history: the impact of Prince Harry's revelation. The British royal family, already under intense scrutiny and criticism for various reasons over the years, is now faced with a new wave of skepticism and distrust, with the public and media frequently asking several questions such as, how far does the involvement of the establishment go, and to what length they would go to protect their interest? The idea that a member of the royal family could be targeted in such a manner by those living within the same circle is deeply unsettling if we're to be unbiased about it, and this act raises ethical and moral questions about the length power can corrupt.
With Prince Harry's tell-all memoir dominating headlines, it's hard not to wonder if the royals can survive the latest scathing attack.
However, Harry's revelation challenges the narrative that has been upheld for decades. The official story had initially provided a sense of closure, although it was a painful one to the millions of people who mourned the late Princess Diana. With Harry's new information, the public is forced to revisit and reassess their understanding of the events. It was a jarring experience, as many had come to terms with the tragedy based on the information that was previously available. Well, that was the case until recent times. Now they are confronted with the possibility that there was a deliberate and malicious intent behind the loss of a figure who was not only a royal icon, but also a humanitarian and a beloved public personality. But wait, there is more to Harry's revelation.
Prince Harry says he held on to hope that Princess Diana was secretly still alive, long after her passing.
Harry's admission didn't just come at the cost of revealing the truth behind Princess Diana. He also used the medium to express concerns about his personal life and the struggles he has been going through within the royal family. Harry is known for his willingness to speak out. Harry has always been seen as a rebel, a person who is unafraid to challenge the status quo, especially his decision to break away from the royal family and relocate to the United States with his wife Meghan Markle was simply a clear indication of his desire to forge his path.
A royal reversal from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They are stepping back from senior roles in the royal family. Harry and Meghan say they will work to become financially independent.
From Harry's revelations, it is evident that his actions were driven not just by personal choice, but also by a deep-seated to uncover and confront the truth about his mother's death. Even though his relationship with the media is complex, Harry is looking to set things right. So what are the revelations about Princess Diana Harry seems to know about? And is this move the preferred option for Harry? Then pay attention if you care to know more. The world's reaction to Prince Harry's revelation has been one of shock and disbelief. The whole world is talking about it. Social media is in a frenzy state, with each user to their own opinion, debates, discussions, and expression of their outrage and sorrow. Princess Diana was loved by everyone, and when the news about her passing in that crash, it sent everyone into a cold state as they mourned her.
As dawn breaks on the day of Princess Diana's funeral, the crowds are already gathering on the streets of London. 20,000 extra policemen and women have been drafted in to monitor the crowds.
Prince Harry's statement could potentially prompt a reinvestigation into Princess Diana's death, and if those responsible are found wanting, the public isn't looking for this case to be taken lightly. We don't care how powerful or influential whoever is responsible for this may be. They can't go unpunished. One user said, Princess Diana was an icon, admired and beloved by millions around the world. Her humanitarian work and compassionate nature endeared her to people far beyond the confines of the British Commonwealth. So the revelation about her death being an orchestrated act and not an accident will undoubtedly shock and dismay her global admirers, and can even lead to international calls for justice by countries with close ties to the British monarchy, such as Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. For historians and scholars, Prince Harry's admission opens up new avenues for research and analysis. The historic analysis surrounding Princess Diana's death will have to be reassessed in light of this new information. Researchers, investigators, journalists, media personnel, and the public might likely want to delve into this ongoing situation, which looks bad for the British royal family. It won't be news when researchers choose to delve into archives, conduct interviews, and re-examine existing evidence in attempts to piece together a more accurate and complete picture of the events leading up to her death.
We're taking photographs of her dying on the back seat, and then those photographs may have made their way back to news desks in this country.
This scholarly work will be crucial in separating facts from rumors and ensuring that the historical record reflects the truth. Most likely, educational institutions may incorporate this case into their curricula, as this revelation provides an opportunity to discuss critical themes such as justice, ethics, and overall power. So, don't be surprised when you come across this topic in perhaps one of your history or political science classes when your tutor decides to talk about the history of Princess Diana, the stories behind her death, and what led to it. Was it an accident, just as it has been painted? Or was Prince Harry right when he brought it out open and to the public, claiming that her death was carefully planned and orchestrated?
Today's revelations may not add to the evidence, but certainly add to the intrigue. Her chilling prediction reads, "This particular phase in my life is the most dangerous."
However, it might seem you should put it at the back of your mind that you saw it first. Hence another reason why you should subscribe to our channels to always keep you posted and informed about trending topics. Now, back to our discussion. Prince Harry's journey is emblematic of a broader struggle for truth and justice. His guile to speak out, even though he is quite familiar with the consequences, highlights his integrity. Prince Harry's action will serve in history as a powerful example for others, encouraging them to stand up for what is right, even when is difficult or dangerous. At the end of the day, what matters is doing the right thing. And as for the royal family, the fallout from this revelation will be a significant challenge. The institution might need to navigate a complex and hostile landscape, trying to balance the need to protect members from within the royal family and safeguard their legacy. As for the relationship between Prince Harry and his family, well, it has already been strained, especially with the conflict going on between him and King Charles. With this new admission and revelation, it is impossible to avoid the fact that the entire royal family will likely face further challenges. In a surprising moment that has reignited discussions about the inner workings of the British royal family, Princess Kate recently made headlines when she appeared to refuse to curtsy to Queen Camilla during a high-profile public event. Kate Middleton, the beloved Princess of Wales, has long been admired for her poise, grace, and dedication to royal duties. However, recent reports have raised concerns about her health, with rumours swirling that the Duchess has been feeling unwell. As a key figure in the royal family and a mother of three, Kate's well-being is always closely watched by the public. Now, with news of her illness making headlines, questions about her condition have left many wondering how this will impact her royal responsibilities and family life.
As Kate stated back in March, she has been undergoing chemotherapy for an undisclosed form of cancer, causing her to take a step back from public-facing duties.
Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, is one of the most admired figures in the world, known for her grace, elegance, and steadfast dedication to her royal duties. However, beneath her composed public appearances and tireless efforts to support charitable causes, there has been a private struggle that has remained hidden from the world. In recent months, whispers have begun to surface, suggesting that the Duchess has been facing a serious health challenge, one that has left the royal family and the public deeply concerned: a battle with cancer. There have been signs that something was amiss with Kate's health. Her absence from several high-profile engagements, combined with reports of her looking fatigued and unwell during her recent public appearances, fueled speculation that the princess was dealing with a significant health issue. It was only after close sources revealed that she had been diagnosed with cancer that the public began to grasp the gravity of her situation. Kate Middleton has always been a symbol of strength and resilience, managing the pressures of royal life with remarkable composure. But this new challenge was unlike anything she had faced before. It was a personal and private battle that required a level of courage and resolve she had never needed until now. For Kate, the diagnosis was a profound shock, not just for her, but for her family and the millions who admire her. As a mother of three young children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, the news of her illness weighed heavily on her heart, and her first thoughts were of her children and how her condition might affect them. Kate's journey with cancer began several months before the public became aware of it. During a routine health checkup, doctors discovered a lump that led to further testing. After a series of scans and biopsies, the diagnosis came: Kate had cancer. For the princess, the news was overwhelming. The initial shock gave way to a mix of fear, uncertainty, and determination. She knew that she would need to fight this disease, not just for herself, but for her family and for the millions of people who looked up to her. In the early stages of her diagnosis, Kate made the decision to keep her illness private. She wanted to continue her royal duties as best as she could without drawing attention to her health. Despite her fatigue and the toll the illness was taking on her body, Kate continued to appear at charity events, meet with world leaders, and fulfill her responsibilities as the Princess of Wales. Her dedication to her role, even in the face of personal adversity, was a testament to her strength of character. As the weeks passed, however, it became increasingly difficult for Kate to maintain the level of activity she had been used to. Chemotherapy and radiation treatments, though necessary, left her weakened and often too ill to attend public events. Slowly, she began to step back from her duties, allowing herself the time and space to focus on her recovery. Throughout this period, the royal family rallied around her, offering their unwavering support. Prince William, her husband, and closest confidant, became her rock, balancing his royal duties with caring for his wife and their children. Behind the scenes, the Duchess faced the harsh realities of cancer treatment. The physical and emotional toll of chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery weighed heavily on her. Despite her status as a member of the royal family, Kate's battle with cancer was a deeply human experience, one marked by pain, uncertainty, and moments of profound vulnerability. Throughout it all, Kate remained determined to fight the disease with the same grace and dignity that had defined her public life. For Kate, one of the hardest aspects of her illness was shielding her children from the reality of her condition. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are still young, and Kate was determined to protect them from the fear and worry that her illness could bring. She and William made the decision to explain her health in simple terms, ensuring that their children understood what was happening without overwhelming them. The family's bond grew even stronger during this difficult time, with William stepping up to provide comfort and stability for their children, while also supporting his wife. The royal family, known for their traditional reserve, has historically been private about personal matters, and this situation was no different. However, as Kate's condition became harder to keep under wraps, palace insiders began to discreetly inform the media about her illness. The British public, long protective of the Duchess, responded with an outpouring of love and support. Messages flooded in from across the UK and around the world, with well-wishers sending letters, cards, and gifts to express their solidarity with Kate during her difficult time.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous.
After months of chemotherapy and enduring the physical and emotional toll of cancer treatment, Kate Middleton emerged stronger, ready to return to the public eye. Her battle had been long and grueling, but true to her character, she faced it with grace and dignity. The Princess of Wales had always been admired for her resilience, and her return to public duties following chemotherapy only cemented her reputation as a symbol of strength. Kate's journey through treatment had been marked by moments of both despair and hope. Chemotherapy had taken a severe toll on her body, leaving her fatigued and at times too weak to engage in her usual royal duties. The effects of the treatment were not just physical, but emotional, as Kate had to navigate the mental strain of facing an illness that left her uncertain about her future. Yet through it all, she kept her determination intact, focusing on recovery and spending precious time with her family, particularly Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Once her chemotherapy treatments concluded, the Duchess began to regain her strength. Though the road to recovery was still uncertain, Kate felt a renewed sense of purpose. Her doctors had given her positive news. While the battle wasn't entirely over, she had responded well to treatment, and she could begin to slowly return to her duties.
My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery. At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
This news was a major milestone, both for Kate and for her family, as they had all walked through this journey with her, providing unwavering support at every step. When Kate decided to resume her royal duties, she approached her return carefully. Knowing her body was still healing, she eased back into the rigorous schedule of public appearances, charitable events, and royal engagements. However, her decision to return was not just about fulfilling obligations. It was about reclaiming her life and role within the royal family. She wanted to send a message of hope, resilience, and perseverance, not only to the public, but also to herself. Her first public appearance after completing chemotherapy was met with an overwhelming show of support. The British public, along with well-wishers from around the world, had been following her journey with deep concern, and now they were thrilled to see her back. Kate's return symbolized not just a victory over illness, but the strength of someone who had faced the most challenging of battles and emerged with her spirit unbroken. On the day of her first engagement back, Kate appeared at a charity event focused on cancer research, an event that held a special significance for her. She had long been an advocate for health-related causes, but now her connection to the issue was deeply personal. Standing before the crowd, visibly moved by the experience, Kate delivered a speech that reflected her own journey. She spoke candidly about her battle with cancer, expressing gratitude for the medical professionals who had cared for her and the importance of early detection and ongoing research. In her speech, Kate acknowledged the support she had received, not only from her family, but from the public, whose messages of encouragement had given her strength during her most difficult moments. She highlighted the importance of hope and resilience in the face of adversity, and how her own experiences had deepened her empathy for others facing similar battles. Her words resonated with many in the audience, particularly those who had experienced cancer themselves or had supported loved ones through their illnesses. Despite her struggles, Kate's return was not just about her own recovery. It became a platform to advocate for cancer awareness and research. She used her public role to shine a light on the importance of accessible healthcare and support for those facing life-threatening illnesses. Her personal story made her message all the more powerful, as she now spoke not only as a royal, but as someone who had lived through the fear, uncertainty, and pain of cancer. The Duchess gradually increased her public appearances, attending events that aligned with her charitable passions, including mental health awareness, early childhood development, and addiction recovery. But now, there was a new focus on health advocacy, particularly related to cancer. Kate became involved in efforts to raise funds for research, improve care for cancer patients, and spread awareness about the importance of early detection. Kate's return also brought immense joy to her family. Prince William had been by her side throughout her illness, balancing his royal duties while caring for Kate and their children. Now that she was regaining her strength, William and their children were visibly relieved and supportive of her re-emergence in public life. Kate's children had watched their mother endure the physical and emotional struggles of chemotherapy, and now they could celebrate her progress and recovery. As she continued to recover, Kate's strength and determination inspired those around her. Her return was a testament to the power of resilience and the ability to find hope even in the darkest of times. Through her ordeal, she remained a symbol of courage, embodying the grace and dignity that had long defined her role within the royal family. In the months that followed, Kate gradually resumed her full slate of royal duties, though she remained mindful of her health and well-being. She approached her role with a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that her experience with cancer had changed her deepening her empathy and her understanding of the struggles faced by others. Kate's return to public life was not just a personal victory, but a powerful example of overcoming adversity and using that experience to make a meaningful impact on the world. For Kate Middleton, her journey with cancer was a defining chapter in her life. It tested her strength in ways she could never have anticipated, but it also brought her closer to the public she had long served and allowed her to connect with people on a deeper level. Her return to public duties after completing chemotherapy signaled not just her recovery, but her unwavering commitment to her family, her role as the Princess of Wales, and the causes that mattered most to her. In a shocking turn of events, King Charles III has stepped down from his role as the monarch of the British royal family. This unprecedented move has sent shockwaves through the United Kingdom and around the world. Camilla, Queen Consort, has reportedly been deeply affected by this development, with sources close to the palace describing her as being in tears. This decision marks a significant moment in British history, altering the future of the monarchy in ways that were previously unimaginable. The announcement came after a series of private meetings within the royal family, leading to the king's official abdication. The news of King Charles III stepping down as the monarch of the British royal family has reverberated across the globe, marking a historic moment in the centuries-old institution. This decision, which has taken many by surprise, was made following a series of private discussions within the royal family. The gravity of the situation is evident, as sources close to Buckingham Palace have revealed that Queen Consort Camilla has been deeply moved by the decision, with reports indicating that she has been brought to tears by the turn of events. King Charles' decision to abdicate has not only shaken the foundations of the monarchy, but has also left the public and royal watchers in a state of disbelief. After years of waiting in the wings as the heir apparent, Charles ascended to the throne, following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. His reign, though short, has been marked by attempts to modernize the monarchy and address the changing dynamics of British society. However, his decision to step down comes as a significant departure from royal tradition, where abdications are rare and often carry considerable implications. In the days leading up to the announcement, there were whispers of tension and uncertainty within the royal household. Insiders have suggested that Charles faced mounting pressure, both from within the family and from external forces, to reconsider his role. The king's health, public opinion, and the future of the monarchy were reportedly central to these discussions. Despite the challenges, many believed that Charles would continue to fulfill his duties as monarch. However, the final decision to abdicate indicates the weight of the considerations he had to bear. Camilla, who has stood by Charles's side for decades, is said to have been particularly affected by the decision. As Queen Consort, she has faced her own share of public scrutiny and challenges. The prospect of Charles stepping down from the throne has added a personal dimension to the situation, amplifying the emotional toll it has taken on her. Those close to the couple have described Camilla as being visibly distressed, struggling to come to terms with the new reality of their lives. Her tears are a testament to the profound impact this decision has had on those within the royal circle. The implications of King Charles's abdication are vast and complex. For the royal family, it means a sudden shift in the line of succession, with Prince William now poised to take on the role of king sooner than anticipated. This change is likely to have far-reaching consequences for the monarchy, as William's vision for the future may differ significantly from that of his father. The British public, too, is grappling with the news, as they come to terms with the idea of another transition in leadership so soon after the passing of Queen Elizabeth. Internationally, the decision has prompted reactions from world leaders and royal families across the globe. The British monarchy has long been a symbol of continuity and stability, and the abdication of a sitting monarch is a rare and significant event. Allies and observers alike are now closely watching the developments in the UK, seeking to understand the motivations behind Charles's decision and what it means for the future of one of the world's most well-known institutions. In the wake of the announcement, the media has been abuzz with speculation and analysis. Commentators are dissecting the potential reasons behind the king's abdication, from personal health concerns to the desire to pave the way for a younger generation of leadership. The role of public opinion cannot be ignored, as Charles's popularity has fluctuated over the years. Some have suggested that the king may have felt that stepping aside was in the best interest of the monarchy, allowing Prince William and his wife, Catherine, to take on more prominent roles. The abdication of King Charles III has thrown the royal family and the nation into a state of reflection and uncertainty. This decision, rooted in a complex mix of personal, familial, and public considerations, is unprecedented in the modern era. While the monarchy has weathered many storms, this particular event signifies a turning point that may redefine the future of the British royal institution. In the weeks leading up to the abdication, there were subtle signs that all was not well within the royal household. Close observers noted a shift in Charles's public demeanor. His appearances, once marked by a sense of duty and tradition, had become more subdued. Behind the palace walls, the weight of the crown seemed to be taking a toll on him. Although no official statements were made at the time, there were whispers of the king grappling with the demands of his role, compounded by concerns over his health and the increasingly complex political landscape in the UK. Reports have surfaced indicating that King Charles sought counsel from his closest advisors, including senior members of the royal family and trusted confidants. The discussions were said to be intense and fraught with emotion, as Charles weighed the responsibilities of his position against the realities of his personal circumstances. It is believed that he considered all possible outcomes, including the impact his decision would have on the monarchy, his family, and the nation. Ultimately, it seems that the king reached the conclusion that stepping down was the most responsible and dignified course of action. For Queen Consort Camilla, this period has been particularly challenging. Known for her resilience and quiet strength, she has always supported Charles through the ups and downs of public life. However, the prospect of him relinquishing the throne has reportedly shaken her deeply. Camilla's emotional response highlights the personal sacrifice and the human aspect of what is often seen as a purely institutional matter. The tears she has shed reflect not just her concern for Charles, but also the enormous changes they now face as a couple, transitioning from the roles they have both prepared for over many years. The royal family, now faced with the task of navigating this transition, is likely to undergo a period of internal realignment. Prince William, who has been steadily preparing for his future role as king, will now have to accelerate his readiness to assume the throne. William's ascension is expected to bring a new energy and direction to the monarchy, one that aligns with the expectations of a modern, diverse Britain. However, this transition will not be without its challenges. William will need to strike a delicate balance between honoring the traditions of the monarchy and embracing the progressive changes that many believe are necessary for its survival in the 21st century. As the nation processes this seismic shift, reactions have been mixed. There is a sense of sadness and nostalgia among those who have supported King Charles throughout his life, recognizing his dedication to his duties and his efforts to address contemporary issues such as climate change and social inequality. Yet, there is also a sense of cautious optimism as people look to the future with Prince William at the helm. The British public, while often critical of the monarchy, also holds a deep respect for its continuity and the symbolic role it plays in national identity. The coming months will be crucial in determining how this transition is received and what it means for the monarchy's relevance in a rapidly changing world. Internationally, King Charles's abdication has sparked a wide array of responses. Royal families across Europe have expressed their support and solidarity, recognizing the difficult decision Charles had to make. The bustling streets of Brick Lane fell silent for a moment as King Charles III stepped out of his sleek black Range Rover. The monarch, known for his reserved demeanor, was about to embark on an unexpected adventure that would set social media ablaze and capture the world's attention. As King Charles walked into the modest Bangladeshi restaurant, Gram Bangla, nobody expected what was to come next. What happened after King Charles walked into this foreign restaurant, and what did he do? Join us as we explore exactly what happened right after. King Charles and Queen Consort Camilla made an unexpected visit to Gram Bangla, a Bangladeshi restaurant on Brick Lane in East London, known for IBT's many curry houses and cultural diversity. On a February afternoon, the royal couple's arrival surprised both the patrons of the Bangladeshi place and the staff working there. King Charles, dressed in his characteristic suit, created a welcoming and approachable atmosphere that was different from what one would expect from royalty of his status. As he interacted with those in the restaurant, the initial shock of his presence quickly wore off among both diners and employees, turning into excitement among everybody present. What happened next would end up captivating the entire nation. King Charles, known for his reserved demeanor, engaged effortlessly with the restaurant staff and patrons. He exchanged pleasantries with the owner, Shams Uddin, who has been serving the community for over 2 decades. The king's actions at the venue showed a genuine interest in the restaurant's history and cuisine. The highlight of the visit came when the king, in a moment of spontaneity, as he approached the counter, had his eyes light up with curiosity. "What's that you're making?" he inquired, gesturing towards a blender in operation. The young server replied, "It's a mango lassi, Your Majesty." Taking an action that was as unplanned as it was surprising, Charles asked if he could try his hand at making one. The restaurant staff, too stunned to do anything but nod, watched as the King of England rolled up his sleeves and stepped behind the counter. The sight of the monarch performing this everyday task struck a chord with onlookers who captured the moment on their phones. As news of the royal visit spread, social media was quickly flooded with takes and opinions. Videos of King Charles making a mango lassi were being circulated widely, and they were accompanied by popular hashtags. The sight of the king taking part in such a mundane, everyday activity struck a chord with people around the world, as it showed a more personal glimpse of the king than his typical formal appearances would. What began as a brief stop on a tour of East London soon became a